Welcome to the weekly trade review for the Amazon RECOIL app. Before we get into these trade reviews, let's just take a quick look at the results for the month so far. As you can see, we've had 13 signals for the month, 10 clear wins, and a win rate of 77%. Now, all of these trades are 35% and above, so we're tracking pretty well for the month of August. So let's take a look at this first trade that we took on Monday. Big move to the downside. One of the reasons why I jumped into this trade heavy was right here. We had a clear rejection of the VWAP. As soon as I saw that rejection, I knew that this trade was going to work out. Went in with about almost double my usual position size. Wasn't too worried about this 200 SMA here, which usually can sometimes act as a either resistance or a support level. We smashed through that, came up. We retested the entry level here, 275.40. Wasn't too concerned. Held the entire position all the way down to target. I sold 100% of my position here at around 273.80, 273.90. It was a big move. It was about a 55, almost 60% trade, but great way to start the week. So on Tuesday was a little bit trickier. We had this first setup that actually triggered. We didn't take entry because the actual entry never triggered. Clearly fell through the stop, skipped it. Then we had a second setup that triggered, and this one, it was a win. We had the setup trigger here at 274.10. I took entry on this one roughly. I got in a little bit late because I wasn't too sure that we were going to get the entry on it. But I got in around 274.20, 274.25. Rode this one up to. I scaled out here at 270, just past 275.10. I got rid of half of my position. So after I scaled out that original 50% of my position, I saw that the buying pressure was starting to weaken. I put in a trailing stop here at 274.85, and basically as soon as that position, so as soon as that trade started to reverse, I gave it some time. But as soon as we broke through that 274.85 level, got out 100%. Wasn't gonna mess around with that. Still a decent trade, even with that trailing stop. I think we still got out at about 30-ish% on the trade. Still a pretty good win. Now, this trade on Wednesday was my absolute favorite trade of the week. It was an 80% trade, and there were so many confluences here that this was an absolute no-brainer to take. So even before the algo triggered, we saw a clear rejection here of the 200 SMA. And so even before the algo triggered, we saw a rejection of the open price as well as a clear rejection here of the 200 SMA, which usually signals a pretty decent downside move. We had the algo that triggered at 272.25, and on this next candle here, as soon as that rejected that VWAP band, I took entry basically once we had crossed back over that entry level. I took a bigger position than what I would normally take just because of everything was just kind of lining up here. Now, the only red flag that I saw on this trade was the fact that we were still holding this VWAP level. As soon as we broke through that, I knew we had it in the bag. I didn't even bother scaling out. I held 80%. I got out 80% here at the target. It was roughly around 270, 40-ish. Yeah, got rid of 80% of my position, but then I held the runners. And those runners paid. Those contract premiums flipped, did backflips, did a whole bunch of cool shit. But then I held those runners, and did they pay? That 20% absolutely pushed my trade through the roof. I got out down here. It was around 269.20 to 269.15. I got rid of the rest of my position. This trade paid 80%. Like, even with selling most of my position here at that target level. But those runner contracts did absolute backflips. Best trade of the week, probably the best trade I've had all month. And then there was Thursday. This was the last trade I took for the week. I was traveling a lot late last week. I took this from my hotel room with a pretty abysmal internet connection and still managed to make about 60% on this trade. The algo here triggered 266.69. Nice. I took entry as soon as this little candle here flipped from red to green, got in with my full position, rode this one all the way up to target. I got rid of most of my position here at target. It was about 90% of my position that I got rid of. Then I held some runners all the way up to this level here at 269.36. I think I got rid of it right as it touched the level. Yeah, this was about just over a 60% trade. Great way to finish the week. It was complete textbook here. You can even see, even when we started to pull back here to the VWAP level, clear rejection here at the VWAP level, all the way, clean move, all the way up to target. Can't get much easier than that. Didn't take any trades for Friday. The algo did trigger on Friday, but the actual entry did not trigger at all. Plus, I was also on a flight back from Philadelphia, so didn't trade Friday. If you're tired of trading with algos that promise the world and really don't deliver much, come check out Amzn RECOIL by 1214 Trading. One setup, one stock, one process. Clean, easy to follow rules. And if you can't make money trading with our algo, you really should be doing something else. Trading is not for you. Check out the link in bio. Come check us out. Easy money.